Hi, I'm Ron Williams with Dorothy Lane. I'm a local foods coordinator and one of the produce managers. And today we're going to interview Jon Branstrator. Jon's farm's down here near Clarksville. We buy asparagus and strawberries from him. How are you today, Jon?
Well, for May, it'd be nice if it was a little warmer, but
I agree with you.
Farmers this year have a little extra material to complain about.
Lots. How long have you been farming, Jon?
Well, I grew up here, so when I was old enough to drive a tractor, and before that I played with toy tractors out in my sandbox. So I was born here in 1956. So when I was 12, I was doing a good bit of farm work, and when I was 14, my father became very ill with pneumonia, and he couldn't work, and I took off school for about a week and a half and got all the crops planted, and so I was away from the farm for a while, but I've been back here now for 15 years.
Awesome. How much acreage do you farm here, Jon?
I have 172 acres here, and then I farm another 50 acres nearby. I have about 50 acres in specialty crops. This year I cut back on last year I had a good bit of sweet corn, but I have about 20 acres of pumpkin, squash, and gourds, 7 acres of strawberries, 4 acres of peaches, about an acre of a lot of other small crops, and then we do experimental plots with Ohio State and other research organizations.
Great. What all do you grow, Jon?
Well, we start the season with asparagus, and that's a nice crop once you get it established. You don't have to plant it every year. Then we move into strawberries. We have both the high bed strawberries that come on early that we use footing row covers and create a greenhouse effect. And then we go into matted row. So we'll start around, this year's going to be late, but around the 20th of May with the early strawberries, and depending on the year, run close to the end of June. And I have also blackberries, red raspberry, currants, gooseberries, peaches. Some donut peaches look really promising this year. A lot of the other peaches were not bud hardy enough. And then I finish up the season with a lot of late tomatoes, and then 20 some acres of the pumpkin, squash, and gourds. The pumpkins have become a really good crop for me because they're easy to manage, and we raise them no-till. I have a nice clean product, and mostly they go within a 20-mile radius.
Awesome. What do you get out of farming, Jon?
When I first come back to the farm, I was grain farming, and I started planting pumpkins so that I could have enough money to pay for somebody to combine my crops, because my harvester was quite old, and it was a real aggravation keeping that going. So my neighbors had nice new equipment, and I went. So I did well, and so I one thing led to another, and I kept working with the Ohio State and adding crops, and I wanted to be on the farm full time. And what a lot of people did around here was they would grow grains and then work up at the air park up at Wilmington, and they would get benefits and extra hours there. Well, that opportunity is no longer with us, and so I'm really glad I went this route. It's a heck of a lot of work. I do way too many 80-hour weeks during the summer, but I really enjoy it. And I really like getting the meat. It's a operation where you got to know your customers. You got to really work with a lot of different people, and I've really enjoyed getting to meet them.
Awesome.